so we are going to look at finding the slope of a line given a line and actually writing it out. So in order to find the slope of a line, you always need 2 points. So need 2 coordinate points. Sometimes they'll just be given to you, written out. Sometimes you actually need to find them from the graph first. So that's what I'm going to do here, is I got a line, and it's pretty steep. So that means my slope's going to be pretty big. But I'm going to look for a point. Now, when I say a point, I mean a grid mark. So like, for example, see where my mouse is right here? That's not a point. That is somewhere between 2.5 and 1. So if I look right here, right there you see, so right there my mouse is on an actual point. And let me pull this back up real quick. So at that coordinate point would be the point 3, 2. Okay. Now I need to I'm going to use my mouse. I'm going to keep tracing till I find another point. I'm not on a grid line, not on a grid line, there I go. Right there I'm on another grid line. And that coordinate point is coordinate point 4, 6. Here's my other coordinate point. Okay. So between those two things, okay, I can either count. I've got 2 ways to do it. Two. If you are a visual person, you can do your counting, your rise over run. We say that word a lot, rise over run. It means how many up or down if it's negative, and then how many do you go to the right. We always go to the right when we count, even if the line is going down, just like you read to the right. So you read graphs just like you read words. So I don't read going that way. I always read going this way. So if I count my rise over run from this point to this point, I'm going to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my up 4. And I'm going to go over 1. So my slope here is going to be 4 over 1. So when I write my answer as a proper fraction or integer, I would just write 4, because 4 over 1 is just 4. Now, let's say that we're not very good at counting up and over, and maybe our eyes get a little, hard to see and we can't find it that way. The other way you can do it is you can use your slope formula. You have probably seen it as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And that just means you're taking your x and y's and you're subtracting them. So my first point was x1, y1. The 1 doesn't mean it's the number 1. 1 means it was the first point. That's why these are x2, y2s, because they are the second point. It has nothing to do with the number 2. Okay? Like the number 6 has nothing to do with the number 2. It's just the second one. So what I can do is I'm going to subtract the y's. So y2 minus y1. So that'll be 6 minus 2 over x2 minus x1. So 4 minus 3. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. And hey, look at that. We got the same exact thing as when we just counted on the graph. So that means that my graph, for every 4, I go 1. So up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Hey, look, and you can see the pattern keep going. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Look, I hit the graph again. So I'm going to keep hitting those points as I go. And this would simplify to 4 as well. So what your slope is right here is just your change in y's over your change in x's. So to find the slope of a graph, you can either find a point on the graph here and find a point here. Remember, a point is where it actually crosses the grid marks, and count. So up 4 over 1, your rise over run. Or you can get your 2 coordinate points, which in this case, my coordinate point was 3, 2, was that point. My other coordinate point was 4, 6, which was that point, written right here. And then I just did my formula. So either way will get you your slope.